5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep an eye on the red lights in front of us. And the race is on. And this is it. 20 minutes starting from now. The 20 minutes GT challenge. So the Pirelli GT challenge car is going around. And it looks like the Bigfoot Express car. And that is Andrew Colbert off to a flying start, battling it out with Lamborghini.
A puff of smoke there from Jonathan Schenkman, the Lamborghini. Might just be due to the refueling. But Andrew Colbert in the lead there. Jonathan Schenkman right at his back, full in his rearview mirrors. A lot of dust coming up off from the circuit. On the inside now in the bootleg. Jonathan taking
pole position, but he's utilizing that V12 to absolutely try and blow away the Porsche with the straight six. And you can see Andrew doing everything he can, but Jono is not letting that first place go. He's putting the power down. He's got the all-wheel drive. Now the thing is, he has to pace himself, but also do a sprint race at the same time. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. You've got to work out, are you going to go all out and hope it all lasts, or are you going to give it a little bit more of a slack so you can have a bit of fun? But take a look at the back there. Sun Woodley under a bit of pressure from Giannicara. Giannicara looking on the inside with the Ferrari, and you can just see Sun Woodley ducking on the inside, trying a very defensive line, trying to keep it up, but battling his way. Giannicara looking left and right any way to get round as they make their way up towards the final corner. Giannicara going on the outside, pushing hard, and looks to try and make it, but Sun Woodley closing the door and just keeps on the power, doing a very defensive line. But Giannicara is not giving up, but right behind him as well, take a look, Werner now going and making a move, pushing on, looks on the inside of Giannicara, but not able to do it. Giannicara is in the worst spot. He's covered by two Porsches.
He need to keep his nerves there, sandwiched between the two Porsches, but Jono opening a lead there now on Andrew Colbert. Then it's the battle there for fourth position. Sun Woodley feeling the pressure now of Giannicara. Werner Link lurking there, just waiting for an opportunity.
You can just see trying to take a big look in the inside, but not close enough. But you can just see Werner looking left and right, trying any way to come around. Giannicara looking on the inside, pushing hard, trying to get the acceleration up, but Sun Woodley is not allowing that to happen. Sun Woodley knows what his Porsche can do, but Giannicara is not only busy with Sun Woodley in front of him, he takes a look in his mirrors and just sees his white Porsche nipping at his heels, going, come on, leave me alone, I'm in a Ferrari, I'm a V12, why am I stuck between these straight sixes? And the Porsches are fighting back. They're really doing everything they can as they make their way onto the back. Now this is where he has the advantage. He has the power advantage over Woodley. Woodley just getting that little bit more acceleration and just holding in front of Giannicara. Giannicara looking for any way around, but you could see trying to carry that momentum through and looking to try and psych him out. Looks on the inside, tries to get somebody to move onto the inside so he can get outside, try and psych him out. And there we go, making a play for the position. Giannicara hard on the brakes, but getting the door slammed firmly shut onto his nose. And that Sun Woodley is not giving up. Now Werner once again side by side. Look how close they are. My heavens.
Oh, beautiful move there by Werner Link on Giannicara. He was trying to overtake Sun Woodley, and then out of turn number 10, Werner Link used that opportunity on the inside, and Giannicara had to put on the brakes for the turn into turn 1.
Absolutely do-or-die maneuver there for Werner. He was really battling it out, and now is ahead of Giannicara. Now Werner's got his sights firmly set on Sun Woodley, and now this is where it's going to be interesting. As I said, battling out for 4th, 5th, and 6th position. I think that's 4th, 5th, 6th. No, that's 3rd position for it. Yeah, and really having a real run out for their money. But Sun Woodley starting to run away with it, and you could just see Werner now getting under pressure once again, looking in his rearview mirrors, just seeing Giannicara standing right there saying, come on, give me that gap. There's Sun Woodley starting to open up a gap in the Bigfoot Express. Lovely colors. you know, that you can have a turquoise blue along with matte black, but you can see Werner is definitely carrying that momentum through the corners. He really wants that position. He's trying everything he can with that Porsche 911.
Now Werner Link now sandwiched between San Mudley and Giancarlo. Giancarlo putting more pressure there now into turn number 8 and 9, and now they will have the left-handed turn 10 into the short finish straight. Werner Link there in that Porsche 911, the red and the white with red stripe. Werner Link looking on the inside there of San Mudley.
But just taking a look at the split difference time there, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. First position, and really putting a 2.2 second gap between himself, and that's just stunning. Lamborghini versus Porsche, and you can just see the big difference with more capacity. But with 14 minutes left of this race, the guys are really giving it the absolute all. We went and said this is going to be a 20-minute sprint race, and we're seeing it now. And these guys are just doing everything they can.
San Mudley with that Bigfoot Express Porsche. Now Giancarlo on the inside of Werner Link. Werner Link just closing the door there as they come out of turn number 3. They're out of the bootleg now racing up to turn 4 to Chini 1 and Chini 2.
And we've got to keep an eye on these two. They really do king it out. Werner Link losing out a little bit of ground. That's like Giancarlo to get right on the back of him and push hard. Giancarlo, the GNH Transport team, are known with BMWs, climbing into a Ferrari now for the GT Challenge and the Pirelli GT Challenge. Thoroughly enjoying the car, and a little bit different to the BMW usually plays with, but nice to see that he's enjoying the Ferrari and battling it out with Werner Link. Werner Link on the outside, and unfortunately, it looks like he's going to lose out of position to Giancarlo. Giancarlo getting a little bit sideways as he comes out of the bend, putting the power down late on the brakes, but Werner Link is not letting him go just as yet.
This battle for 4th place is really unfolding now. Werner Link, at one time attacking San Mudley, and suddenly had to defend, and he had to lose the battle there against Giancarlo, but it's still not lost. There's 12 minutes left in this race. Still 2 minutes to go till half of the race has been completed. And now Werner Link will just keep tucked in there behind Giancarlo.
In race number 1, we saw the battle between Italy versus Italy. Now it's time for Germany versus Italy, and this is absolutely amazing. Porsche really going, and I know all the Porsche guys are cheering on. Go after the Ferrari. You got to beat the Ferrari. And there's die-hard lovers for both the Ferrari and the Porsche. But Giancarlo is sliding that Ferrari around. He's trying to make up as much ground as possible to San Mudley. And it's turning into a very difficult situation. San Mudley has just had that little bit of time to pull away. Giancarlo now putting the power down, running away from Werner Link with 11 minutes left going with this race. It's just absolutely stunning to see these guys really giving it their absolute all. Coming onto the back straight, you could just see the sliding a little bit out there, going a little bit on the dirty line. You don't want to do that. There's marbles out there. When we refer to a dirty line or marbles, it means there's a little bit of dirt out there, a little bit of the actual rubber that comes off a tire sitting there on the outside. And I promise you, you land on that stuff, it's like going ice skating, and you really don't want to go ice skating with a 1.5 to 2 million rand supercar out there. Werner Link coming by and is just doing everything he can, but you can see that the Ferrari is now catching right back up to San Mudley as they enter turn number 1.
Yeah, it seems as if Werner Link is just keeping it up there. The gap between him increasing between him and Giancarlo. This is Bigfoot San Mudley, the Porsche, and then you see the gap for Giancarlo in the Ferrari. That gap is closing 1.516.
Well, so far the quickest time was done by Jonathan Sigman, doing a 1 minute 45.9 in first place in that Lamborghini. I mean, absolutely phenomenal he's just really not holding back. He wants to get out of there. He wants to get away. He knows Andrew Colbert's sitting behind there. He might have a 3-second gap. I mean, look at the gap. I mean, that's just pure brute force horsepower, all-wheel drive, and just, driver skill that comes into it. And Colbert is a very, very fantastic driver, but unfortunately, sitting there with a straight 6 versus a V12, it's kind of like holding a candle in a big storm. It's not working so well, but with 9 minutes left, it's anyone's game. Anything can happen. We saw in race number 1 where it looked like the Ferrari was going to take it, and then suddenly Ferrari gone, and Simon Murray taking first place.
That's it, true. So Andrew Colbert will just have to keep Jonathan Schenkman there in his sights, and he has it when they come down the finish straight.
Absolutely amazing to take a look at this. I mean, we can't forget about all the other cars that are mixing and matching into the category. I mean, you've got Andrew Colbert here, who's in second place. Third place is Sun Mudley. He knows he's there. He knows Sun Mudley is battling to get up, but Sun Mudley is keeping an eye on his rearview mirrors for both the Ferrari of Giancarlo. He's got Werner sitting right behind there, and also lying in the back, just waiting for something to happen, and also keeping his nose clean is the Mustang. So we'll have to see how it all goes out, but you can see that Colbert is pushing hard. He's trying to make up that gap for the Bigfoot Express team.
Andrew Colbert there into the bootleg area.
The guys are doing everything they can. A little bit sliding down. He's trying to keep a nice, comfortable pace to catch up to the Lamborghini. Knows that he's not going to get on horsepower, but if he can keep the reliability factor, I mean, that's an A+ one to start off with. As you take a look up back there, we have Andrew Colbert still chasing down our first place man. And there we go, our third place, Sud Mudley, but right behind them, Italy chasing him down. Don't forget about me, says the Italian to the German. Not often you get to have Italy versus Germany once again, and it's fantastic to go and see them duking it out once again. But you could just follow the way through. Giancarlo doing everything he can, fighting with that Ferrari, trying to make up as much ground as possible to Sun Mudley. Mudley trying to keep it constant, takes a look in his mirror just to see GNA Transport duking out. Now, a little bit of insight of the two companies. Bigfoot Express and G&H Transport are two transporting companies, two trucking companies that duke it out in real life. They, well, not as I say real life, I mean out there in the business world. They are rivals in the business world. And now back on the circuit here, you got Bigfoot Express duking it out with the G&H Transport. So lovely to see these cars duking out. One representing the country, Porsche and Porsche from Germany. You got the Italians with Ferrari, and then you got also the teams having a huge amount of fun out there. So just fantastic to see this guys really pushing hard, and Giancarlo is not holding back as they make their way around the circuit, really giving it horns. And Sun Mudley getting a little bit out of shape, getting a little bit sideways, starting to feel the pressure. There's 6.5 minutes left of this race, of this 20-minute race, doing everything they can to try and keep going. With 6 minutes left, you can see Giancarlo knows that he has to keep on battling his way around. And he's chasing after Sun Mudley, getting closer and closer. But it looks like Werner has dropped off quite a bit from the bunch, and we lost our little three-way fight there. But that 511 Ferrari getting closer and closer. Sun Mudley taking a look in his mirrors, and the Ferrari is sitting in the wings, really doing everything he can, now chasing him down towards turn number 1. If Giancarlo can just break that a little bit later, in each and every corner, he should get right onto the back of the Porsche. Both mid-engine cars, two different engine capacities, one V12, one straight 6. And Sun Mudley, despite having the disadvantage of power, is really showing what his car can do. Great setup with the vehicle, knows the circuit very, very well, and is pushing hard with his Porsche. And the GNH transport machine going and getting offloaded this morning as I drove in around about close to about 7 o'clock. It was offloaded off the GNH transport truck, and now going and duking it out with Sun Mudley. Check how close he is, Chris. Absolutely stunning. I mean, look, there's the dice are really starting to happen again. What do you think of it? What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, the gap is definitely closing now. Giancarlo knowing that they're getting to the end of the race, and he wants to close that gap and put more pressure on Sun Mudley into the back straight now. This is the race for the third spot. Andrew Colbert still there, lying second. Jonathan Schenkman in first.
As you can see, Giancarlo right on the back of Sun Mudley. Mudley now under some serious pressure as they make their way around the boot. Now getting up towards the final bend. Giancarlo looking on the inside, very late on the brakes. Sun Mudley just closing the door in front of him, but not by much. Ferrari and Porsche duking out again. Sun Mudley thought he had breathing room, and here comes Giancarlo flashing his lights and putting up the windscreen wipers as they make their way around the circuit, saying, listen buddy, I am here, you're not getting away from me. You might close the door 100 times, but I'm not letting you go.
And 9 laps have already been completed by Jonathan Schenkman, Andrew Colbert.
Well, Wing said it should take around about 12 to 14 laps for the 20 minutes, so let's see what it's able to do. But take a look at this. Giancarlo looking on the inside once again, trying to catch up to Sun Mudley, carrying that momentum through. Sun Mudley not letting it go and is really battling it out. Giancarlo looking inside and outside, not close enough to dive bomb him on the inside. Looking a little bit for a cutback though, unfortunately not able to make it that much room, but still putting the power down as they make their way onto the back straight. Giving his absolute all. This is where it's all about carrying that momentum through the corners. And just take a look how close they are. My heavens. Literally 0.25 of a second difference between them. I mean, there's not much between them. You're going at about 210 to 270 kilometers an hour on the back straight there. And now you've got Giancarlo.
Close. Giacomo Giancarlo now on the outside, really putting the pressure now on Sun Mudley in his slipstream now as he into the short start-finish straight. Will be tucking in right behind him. Move to the inside. And Sun Mudley has closed that gap now. They will go through turn number 1. Sun Mudley definitely will be feeling the pressure now of Giacomo Giancarlo.
As you can see, really battling it out there. Giancarlo not going and letting it go. Sun Mudley battling it out, but that Ferrari is sitting there. Giancarlo is also feeling the pressure, putting the power on a little bit early and sliding the tail out of the Ferrari, but is doing everything he can. Looks to the inside line, a very dirty line through there, but is doing everything he can, putting his nose in and pushing Mudley out wide onto the marbles, losing drive them. And now this is where the fight comes out. Mudley getting a little bit of a spin and is out of it.
As if you've called the marbles and the dirt track on the outside, the dirty. And that's exactly what happened there to Sun Mudley. He had everything there and then suddenly just lost that grip and spinning around back onto the track now.
Absolutely heartbreaking as he made his way there, did everything he can. But here we go. Our main man, our main manner in the Lamborghini, making his final way around the circuit, absolutely loving it. Had a fantastic start and is just enjoying as he comes across the line, really loving the car. outperforming from start to finish. Had a little bit of a battle, but man, you got to give him his due. He's really worked with that Lamborghini.
Now, Jonathan Schenkman has driven exceptionally well. They're on the last lap now. And we're with the leader, Jonathan Schenkman, in that beautiful Lamborghini.
Really doing everything he can with that Lambo, and having a fantastic run. 20 minutes of just pure sprint racing. His times definitely showed. I mean, if we take a look at them, he's just everything he can, sitting with a 148. His best lap time was a 145.9. You know, really battled his way around, and has just kept on trucking along. I mean, it's just fantastic to see, able to keep that consistency, and keeps on having a huge amount of fun.
Jonathan to have completed 11 laps on the back straight now. We'll have that 3 right-handers and then the left-hander into the short start-finish line.
So you're sitting there with Jono having a huge amount of fun. Right behind him was Andrew Colbert, who really had a lot of fun with the Porsche, getting very, very close. But here we go, 2 corners left to take the checkered flag. Well done to Jono, leading it out of a 20-minute endurance race, coming across the line to take the checkered flag. 1 up for Lamborghini. Lamborghini making it 2 out of 2 for the racers. Right behind him is Andrew Colbert, head of the Bigfoot Express Freight Porsche 911. And then chasing behind after a dogfight of note, G&H Giancarlo coming across the line. G&H Transport giving a big thumbs up there on, I mean, our pole man in the Lamborghini. Lamborghini 2 for 2 during the race.
Excellent done there by Lamborghini, and I believe that is what they expected from this machines, and a beautiful driving there by Jonathan Schenkman. But Andrew Colbert has done exceptionally well, as Giancarlo waited, he pushed hard till the end, and at the right time just gave that little bit extra to finish it off.
Well, that's absolutely it. And as you can see, a very happy man behind there. Big thumbs up. And with the big BMW branding right behind him, as I said, that's his favorite setup. But there we go. A big handshake from Andrew Colbert to Jono, going and giving a big, nice chat to one another, saying, listen, well done for the race. And it's been absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it started out quite well, but in the end I couldn't keep up with Sun and the guys, just too fast on the day.
Well, Sun, bit of problems there towards the end of the race.
Yeah, you know, my tires are going and I tried my best, and I was supposed to be looking at the back of Andrew, but I was looking at the back of my car, so if I didn't look at Andrew, maybe I would have been closer to Andrew, you know. So anyway, I thought it was his father driving and I didn't want him to pass me, but it's lucky it's you.
Johnny, tell me about it.
I had a good start. Sorry, I thought I was going to get on the inside of Sun at the beginning, but yeah, you just got the better drive out of turn 1, and then going into turn 2, turn 3, no, he kept me at bay, and then, you know, Vanner came up on the inside of me, I think on lap 2, and put a little bit of distance between myself and Sun, and once I got past Vanner, he made it hard, but once I got past Vanner, then I chased down Sun, and I could see Sun was having a bit of tyre problems, so I think going through, turn 4, I stuck it on the inside of Sun, hoping for the best, put it there, and, you know, Sun was a gentleman, he let me through, and yeah, I'm happy with the result, 3rd overall. It's first time actually racing this Ferrari, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Good day out.
Obviously enjoying the Ferrari.
Yeah, look, it doesn't have the power of the BM, that's for sure, but it's definitely a much better car to drive. Yeah, just my dad, thanks a lot for giving me the car today, but other than that, well done, Sun, well done, Vanner, you know, it was a good race, and, you know, Andrew and Jonathan did a stellar job in front, and yeah, maybe next time.
Great stuff, guys, well done. Well, Andrew, tell us about your race.
No, it was really good. No, I've one chance against the Lambo, and that was on the start, so I managed to get into turn 1. It was quite close, but fair driving, and I think Jono was aware I was next to him. But really by the boot, he on the exit of the first part of the boot, he had the power and he got past me. And then I tried to hang on, but it's not easy. You know, he drove well, so and I was flat out the whole way, and slowly the tyres went off like everyone else. But it was great fun, and it was nice and clean, and no real drama. So I think I'm very happy.
Great stuff. Can you do a bit of work before the next race to try catch him?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a tyre change, so we'll be running different tyres at the next race. And that gives us a little bit more, so the car's slightly more balanced with the lower profile and the softer sidewall tyres. And I'll harass him again. That's all that it's about.
Great stuff. Well done.
Thank you.
Jono, great race there. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was good. Andrew took me on the start, which was a bit of a sneaky move. He dived in quite hot, but we managed to get a much better line at the heel. He was obviously trying to block, so we got a much better line. We just managed to get him on the brakes into the toe. So yeah, from there it was just making sure that I was looking after the tyres. Was longer than usual race. We were a bit worried about what would happen to the tyres, so managed to keep it in first.
Now, it was meant to be 45 minutes, so a bit of a blessing having a 20-minute race.
Yeah, I can imagine that at the end of a 45-minute race with the abrasive surface here and tyre management would have been quite a story. So yeah, the tyres weren't too bad after 20 minutes, but I can imagine after 45 minutes would have been a nightmare.
Any changes to make before the next round, or are you happy?
No, I think we've managed to sort out all the niggles from when we got the car, suspension, that sort of thing. So she's doing well now. We qualified next to Craig Jarvis yesterday, which was a good outcome for us. We weren't expecting to be that close to the GT3. So yeah, on to the next one.
Great stuff. Well done.
Thanks very much.